Yo, what's happening, Reject Nation? We're gonna watch The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 6 today. I hear this is the one Robert Rodriguez directed. I'm super excited to check it out. If you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when our next Mandalorian reaction is up. Like we mentioned before, full-length reaction watch-alongs where you sync up with the time code are all over at our Patreon page. We're over there, we cover many shows. We're at the same tier. We have the option for reaction highlights or watch-alongs included. Shows like Supernatural, Doctor Who, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Avatar The Last Airbender. Oh, there's a whole bunch of shows, a whole bunch of TV shows, all right? And lastly, I gotta thank my buddy Eric over at Nerd Chronic for editing these reaction highlights for us. He puts a lot of hard work into these to make sure they can even just get visible on YouTube. So thank you so much, Eric, for all the hard work you do. I love you. I wanna make love to you one of these days, and then you can edit that video for us. Let's finally watch this. Yes. I says, very cool. Very cool.
Very cool.
Some people don't get that. That's red letter media's.
Go watch the Nerd Crew.
Yeah.
You'll be delighted.
Grogu. Grogu?
Have we ever heard him laugh before?
Okay, here we go.
They're playing catch.
Dank Ferrick.
Dank Ferrick.
You're very special, kid.
Aw. Din Djarin doesn't want to let him go.
Don't you want to learn more of that Jedi stuff? I agreed to take you back to your own kind.
No.
So that's what I need to do.
I want to learn this stuff if it means we don't get to hang out.
I'm so conflicted.
Oh no.
What?
Aw. Don't tell me that.
What? No. I hope Danny Trejo shows up in this episode.
All the Robert Rodriguez. Carla Gugino's gonna be here.
Sorry, buddy, I can't land on the top. Looks like we're gonna have to travel the last stretch with the windows down.
Yeah.
We really
Yeah.
reclaimed that jetpack this season.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen?
Does this look Jedi to you?
Yeah. Rocks.
In a cool formation.
Probably gonna lift some of them.
Yeah.
This is the Seeing Stone. Are you seeing anything?
Hey. Seen those in Clone Wars.
Ahsoka told me all I had to do was get you here and you'd do the rest.
Now hold up your end.
Oh, just like one.
Time's up, kid. We gotta get out of here.
Dude.
Whoa.
We gotta get...
Whoa.
We gotta get out of here.
No, you're gonna have to provide cover for the next 20 minutes.
It's finally happening. I have such really defined nipple chills at this very moment.
Whoa.
I've been tracking you, Mandalorian.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
If you want my armor, you'll have to peel it off my dead body.
Not that armor.
I want my armor.
Are you Mandalorian?
I'm a simple man making his way through the galaxy. Like my father before me.
That's so cool. They combine like 2 Star Wars lines there.
What's to stop me from dropping you right where you stand?
'Cause I have a sharpshooter up on that ridge.
Fennec.
And if you remember, I don't miss.
Fennec?
Keen ear, Mando.
That's great. They brought her back. I love that.
You were dead.
She was left for dead on the sands of Tatooine.
BOBA Fett.
Whoa.
Was that fate?
Ooh. Ooh.
The armor was given to my father Django by your forebears.
The-
Oh man, shit gonna get crazy. Oh
No.
Oh, hell yes. Let's get it on.
This is a bright, beautiful day.
What the hell? Oh, never mind. Oh, hell yeah! Oh,
Yeah.
dude, look at him go! Look at him go!
Oh, yeah!
Oh, yes,
Making up for lost
yes.
time, boy.
Oh.
So,
He's already. Oh my God! He's already so much cooler than he was in the movie.
oh.
Cool. Damn. Damn.
Yeah. Come on, you got it in you.
Wow, it's like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, just jump out of the way, man.
Oh, you really feel those.
It's like he's just a warrior, yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Oh.
Mm.
No.
People are just gonna keep showing up.
I'm just waiting for those death troopers to come out.
We want the child.
Booyah!
This isn't looking good.
I've seen worse.
Nah. You got this. Just taking hits. Hey, but at least the stormtroopers are hitting something for once.
Oh shit! Yes! Dude!
Oh,
Dude!
yes.
Look at him go!
A plus.
This is how you use the armor. Bam!
This is how you don't look like you're someone's kid brother in their big brother's costume.
Oh. Woo. Dude, the Boba Fett choreography is great.
Oh, I'm getting out of here.
What's the tragedy part? This is fucking awesome.
It was a tragic day for these troopers.
This is so cool.
I
Love it. Yeah, he watches. Oh.
Two birds with one highly explosive stone.
Oh my God. Oh no! No!
Oh,
The Razor Crest.
you just fixed that.
I feel like they've been foreshadowing that ship going. Of course.
Have the Dark Troopers been engaged?
So they are Dark Troopers. Okay. Damn, the pulse on this episode.
Yeah.
Whoa. Go.
Oh.
No.
Oh no!
Oh.
Come on.
They're back. The Empire. They're back.
Oh. Oh.
My chain code has been encoded in this armor for 25 years.
Your father was a foundling.
Yes.
Then that armor belongs to you.
We will ensure the safety of the child.
The child's gone.
Oh, Mando, no.
Team up.
Oh,
Team
yeah.
up.
Yes.
Oh, and then they could get Kara and Grief. Yes. Yeah.
We're forming a posse.
Marshal of the New Republic. She's joined.
Ex-Imperial sharpshooter.
Gonna need to see a breakdown of that.
Yeah.
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 But these stripes mean there are rules I need to follow.
They have the kid.
The hell with
What
the
was I
rules.
saying about rules again?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. A little Grogu. Way to go.
The hell away from me.
Have to stop.
Wait,
Oh no. Oh no.
It's tour.
Beware of the dark side, Grogu.
Have you ever seen one of these? Liable to put an eye out for one of these.
You'll shoot your eye out. That guy's gonna die.
Someone needs to contact Luke Skywalker.
Got a grade A
Or
Jedi
Leia or
emergency
Han
right
Solo.
now.
I'm just saying, guys. Damn. Yo.
Damn, Robert Rodriguez.
Yo, he killed it. Killed it. I feel like I keep saying this every other episode, man, but the action this season in particular is pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so impressed. Just so
swept
impressed.
up.
Remember when Fennec Shand people were like, is she actually dead? People were worried, like, did they waste her? And then you see her here, sniper rifle gun action. She's so great. Boba Fett, right away. Like, everything about him was better than Tamora Morrison's portrayal as Jango in Attack, and what we got of Boba Fett in the live action in the first, the second and third movie, right? He was just so cool and rough.
Oh, yeah.
Lethal,
Battle warning.
savage.
He's really grown from a bounty hunter to just a flat-out warrior.
Yeah.
Like, really like a barbarian almost, but with the focus.
And I loved, I'm gonna misquote it, but I recognized it when I heard it. They had a two-part, like they combined a line from Attack of the Clones that Jango said, and then he says a line that Luke Skywalker said right afterwards in Return of the Jedi. And I think it's so cool that they like combined it into like one long sentence. Yeah.
a run-on sentence of referential
It's a
beauty.
good, it's a good collaboration there. Oh, so much to talk about. Let's get into it, people. Let's do it. Just want to make sure I get this right. Yeah, I'm a simple man making his way through the galaxy. Jango says that, and then like my father before me, like how Luke says that.
You know why I think I love the choice of using these two lines so much is because the first time you see Tamora Morrison is as Jango Fett in Attack of the Clones, and then the last time you see Boba Fett in the movies is in Return of the Jedi. So borrowing from the first and last, I think, is a pretty cool Easter egg of sorts.
That's about it. That's all I caught on to.
Hey, that's a terrific breakdown of the episode.
that's all.
Make sure to subscribe to New Rockstars.
No, I'm sure like even just in that profile scan of when you find out Cara Dune is part of the New Republic now officially, and you're like, I don't know who these characters are, but I'm sure there's some little Easter eggs here and there. But this is such like a real-time immediacy type of episode for the most part. You know, they show up at Tython, you know, right when he gets to meditating, suddenly Boba Fett shows up. And I love the way they have fun with the audience because, you know, like you see the Slave One ship. The recap at the beginning has you going, okay, maybe Fennec Shand is alive. Maybe she is. And you do get the reveal of Boba Fett did save her life, and then in order to heal her, had to do some like type of droid installation, repair, surgical stuff to her. So I don't know if that makes her stronger or anything, or if it's just a way to have helped heal her. You know, all these talks and rumors about getting more focus on Boba Fett in season 3, maybe a Boba Fett spin-off show. I don't know if it's going to be a series that's going to be Boba Fett and Fennec Shand, but that would be pretty sweet because
bad, yeah.
I thought like that not only did they make Boba Fett cooler and better, and he feels like such a lived-in performance here. They even made Fennec Shand that much cooler, and like the escalation of the build was so cool because when Boba Fett and Fennec first show up, it's like, okay, are they gonna get into a fight? Is this gonna be between them? What's Boba Fett's role gonna be? Is he gonna be kind of like a bad guy? Of course he wants his armor, but is he gonna be sort of villainous, antagonistic in this episode? And then the Stormtroopers start showing up. The escalation of the action scenes were so damn awesome. Like the choreography, the set pieces were so grand. What I loved too was this was the first time in a very long time where I'm like, damn, the Stormtroopers seem like they're putting up a decent fight. What we know of Stormtroopers and how clowned on they are, this is the first time where I'm like, they're landing a few hits.
They're
and
competent enough to make this a tense fight.
yeah, and there's something about the quantity of the way they're showing up. Seriously, Robert Rodriguez just commands the camera here when it comes to direction of the action, because yes, it's got some of that like fast-paced energy that he does provide to his action scenes. Also, you know, he is a fan of the Western genre, obviously. If you've seen some of his previous work, you know, like Shark Boy and Lava Girl now. Which,
We Can Be Heroes is coming out soon!
that kind of like Western type of confrontation at first with Boba Fett and Din Djarin, and then to go into these action set pieces. And honestly, the way Boba was fighting surprised me. Just that raw type of, you know, Viking-like fighting style was very surprising. Just a little bit of blood that could have been very gory. That could have been very violent. And I love that that Robert Rodriguez allowed for that type of savagery here in this episode.
Well, I think one thing, because I've often found myself thinking about that as movies and shows have progressed, and as like PG-13s get harder and more intense with their depictions of violence. And one thing that struck me in this episode was that the violence, or at least the action, feels a lot more bone crunching, because you're literally seeing pieces of those helmets being broken apart and flying, and even though they're not blood, you know someone's head is getting crushed in there. And there's that one shot where they even show just the aftermath of one of those troopers laying there, and we know the face of that mask so well that it's basically like a person's face. And so to see it warped that way, like, it really does hit at a visceral savagery that, yeah, does like really come out through Boba's portrayal here. And yeah, just the way he's leveling dudes. They're all in a unit, but he's single-handedly, when they focus on him, you know, really leveling these guys. And to do something to reintroduce this character, but to also like add layers and legitimacy in just a small package, I thought they did a really great job, like you pointed out. I mean, because he does feel like a fully fleshed, wandering figure, and his and Fennec Shand's chemistry feels like they've been together since that first season episode when he first appeared in frame. And I love those ways in which they've set these things up and then paid them off later, and the way that the pacing of the storytelling of this season is unfolded. Because in this episode, it kind of struck me the same way the last one did, where it's like, oh man, we're getting right to this next portion. And you know, that further reinforces the fact that this movie season sort of feels like a movie. If you look at it, the first chunks, the first couple episodes aren't necessarily the main plot, but they get things going. And then when you arrive at this episode, you know, you have that promise of like, oh, maybe Boba will show up, you know, maybe we'll see certain things, and then you get right to them. He puts Baby Yoda, Grogu, right on the Seeing Stone, and immediately that takes off, and then immediately Boba Fett and Fennec show up, and then immediately the stakes that we've been building with Moff Gideon, you know, start to set in. And it really, it feels like they gave us a nice tease at the top of the season, and now they're really smartly introducing all these things that people have been anticipating. You know?
Yeah, it's not just making this season start to come together. I mean, it is. I mean, I've been loving this season since the first episode of it, but it's even complementing even more so the first season and making that feel more whole. You're getting the full story of The Mandalorian, not just the season 2 story, but it's really tying everything up. I love the structure of this one. You start off right away picking up from how Din Djarin learned the name of Grogu, and the way he's having fun with him and calling him in and watching him just react and respond to him. The pain that you can sense underneath the helmet of how he doesn't want to let him go, and just the fact that he even had so much more dialogue, Din Djarin, before Boba Fett showed up. The dialogue that he was expressing towards Grogu, he just seems like he's become a real father. Yeah. To the point, like, he's just talking with him so much.
This man who's used to being alone all the time and probably never really spoke much while on these various travels and missions anyway, now is finding a reason to be very emotive.
They're setting up how the heartbreak of what's to come, like that's the tragedy of having the feeling of despair and loss that he's gonna, that he will lose Grogu by the end of this episode. Because when I say tragedy, I'm like, I don't know what's tragic here. This is pretty awesome. This is great. Looks like they're winning and knocking this out of the park. I gotta be honest.
Like it's gonna be fine. Except you know that it's not.
I mean, I'm hoping that, like, while I thought Fennec Shand was exceptionally cooler this time around, I'm hoping we get to uncover more layers about her actual character persona. With Tamora Morrison's portrayal of Boba Fett so far, at least just with this one episode alone, like within the action, there's a performance there. It's not just cold and he's badass. He's letting out the pain, you know? He's letting out that rage and fury. And you could feel this sort of conflict about his past, honoring his legacy. He was so attached to Jango Fett, but then also like when he is in the armor, which by the way was just such a great moment. Like it was so cool, and I love how in the first episode of this you see Cobb in the outfit, and he clearly doesn't know how to take full advantage of this.
He looks like Woody, the cowboy from Toy Story, with a Mandalorian helmet shoved on top.
But even with using it, he doesn't quite know how to take advantage of it. Whereas here, Boba just slips right into it, and he just starts doing all these cool ass things that you're like, oh yeah, Cobb, I don't think Cobb even knew how to do some of this, you know?
Well, and that was a great, like, especially too with the stakes of like the Razor Crest getting blown to smithereens.
Yeah.
That one little moment, like I love a little magic moment like that where he peers the door. He's like, oh, the ship's open. I know where to go. And then, you know, making that the payoff of like he's already been such an impact on this episode, and then having him show up in the armor and reclaiming, you know, the heavily debated badass status.
Yeah, that's a great point, because you get so invested into him without the armor and seeing this sort of haunted character, and then to get him back in the armor is like sweet. But when he's going up in the Slave One ship and he's tracked, you can feel there's something different about it. You can feel more of a compassionate side in him this time around. Yeah, in the Clone Wars they do have those Boba Fett episodes, so you do get different layers of him there, but I'm talking about leaving off of where we got him in, you know, Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, where we were with that character at that point. And then here you do get this additional compassionate side to him. You could hear it in the way he, not only in the deal that he wants to honor, but in the way they talk about the child, the way he interacts with Fennec Shand, having to go track down the child when the Dark Troopers grab Grogu. There's such a great capture in his voice when he does see the ship. And you could feel that like shock, almost this fear element of the Empire's back, and like that just sent chills throughout my body of him realizing it. That emotional moment for Boba Fett having to deal with that, you know. And that's what I mean. The conflict of his past, of how there's parts he wants to honor, parts that he's married to and loves, and there's other parts where you could feel this sense of like, I'm not sure if the right word is shame, but there's definitely this element of him of just haunted.
There's a haunted pain aspect there, and probably some unfinished business for sure. And one thing I really too liked is we've been talking throughout the season about how they're slowly challenging Din Djarin's just adherence to the Mandalorian codes and whatnot. This felt nice to me because it really seemed like in very subtle ways he and Boba Fett kind of resonate just as people a little bit.
Right. They did a good job at establishing, because people have constantly go back and forth. Well, you know, Jango Fett, he wasn't a real Mandalorian, you know. So they did a great job with the exchange here of going, no, he deserves the armor. Boba Fett deserves this armor. It's not just. I thought there might be a major conflict about that, but they had a really nice explanation. And you're like, especially talking about fighting in the Mandalorian Wars and stuff like that. I was like, all right, okay, cool, we'll wrap that up.
And that nice vindication moment where he gets to show him, he's like, see, it belonged to my father before me. You know?
Yeah, exactly. It was a really solid wrap up on that. They're going to be teaming up. That's cool.
Bill Burr's coming back.
Bill Mayfeld is coming back. Dark Troopers were. I'm not familiar. I'm like, I don't know them. All right, I'm just going to put that out. I don't know what they are. They were like menacing Iron Man machines, right?
That's what I thought of.
That's what I thought.
I heard the riff in my head as they were descending.
Please feel free to elaborate more on them for those who are familiar with them, because I'm not. But yeah, these like imposing droid-like troopers, pretty scary stuff. You know, they're definitely not going to be as easy to take down as there are stormtroopers. And then of course Moff Gideon, you know, taunting, toying with their donor with Grogu. Like, that was so sad. I got concerned because, like, as much as Grogu's like messing with them, and then also the talk of what Ahsoka Tano was speaking about with her worry of having Grogu trained, of the temptation of what could lead him to the dark side when he is messing with them, and Moff Gideon is just letting him do it. Like, no, let him do his thing. That had me concerned of, oh no, this is the kind of thing that could lead Grogu to the dark side.
And that's a moment that forces you as an audience member to catch yourself, because part of you is with Grogu. You're like, yeah, beat him up. Like, you know, we're hurting for you, and we're hurting for Din Djarin. But also, I mean, like, Giancarlo Esposito, I think, is my favorite instance of typecasting because, like, this is.
Well, he brings different shades to every villain he plays, though.
Yeah, and even in that swift little moment, and I love that they paid so much attention to him just walking to that room. You know, really just building up his presence and his contrast from everybody else in the room. He really brings a very calm but very terrifying energy to this.
Oh man, yeah, he commands the screen, undoubtedly.
Effortlessly.
I mean, watching him and Grogu interact with each other was scary. It's a menacing moment, and him just taunting him with the Darksaber too.
And it looks like he really just wants you to encourage him to go full on dark.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Taking him to Dr. Pershing. We gotta see what's in store next. And then I thought Cara Dune and Grief Karga were gonna be like, all right, let's all team up. We're a big ensemble team now. Gotta go help out the baby. You know, I thought that's what it was gonna be.
Hey, that could be how the next episode starts. You never know.
I mean, somehow something's gotta, we're leading to something bigger, especially because I think the Cara Dune thing, they kind of do it in passing with like, yeah, I'm Marshal with the New Republic now. It's a little bit in passing, you know, like, oh, but we're setting up to get to Mayfeld. Based off of how Cara Dune had that big scene in the 4th episode when being talked about joining the Empire, on the rise again, the birth of the First Order, all these things. I think what I'm trying to get at is, I feel like this show's called The Mandalorian, but it's within the Star Wars universe. Yeah. And I feel like we're on the verge of getting some real war shit.
Some real Star Wars.
Yeah, some Star Wars shit. Underline the wars part. Yeah.
Because I mean, no matter what, this means that at least some type of Republic resources will go to helping this mission to retrieve the child from the Empire, and that's direct conflict either way. Even if it's on Din Djarin's behalf, you know?
I don't know which is my favorite episode, the Ahsoka one or this one. I mean, this is shorter, and because I love Ahsoka Tano, doesn't matter. I mean, I just watched it, so I'm like, this is so bad.
Every episode is the best episode, and I hope Rodriguez gets one for season 3.
He is, undoubtedly, yeah. I believe that's confirmed already.
Awesome.
Guys, leave your thoughts down below. Clarify anything you want. What little Easter eggs did you guys pick up on? I don't know what those butterflies are called. I recognize them from Clone Wars. Maybe they're just called blue butterflies. I don't know what they are. Subscribe, click that notification bell. You can check us out on Patreon. Thanks again to Eric over at Nerd Chronic for editing this video for us. Last but not least, Eric Horstman. Man, how cool was that episode?
That was
such
great.
a good episode. Eric Horstman.
It could have been better with Eric Horstman.
Eric, a couple weeks ago, was like, hey, do you think I got time to finish the Clone Wars? And he didn't even start it yet. And now he's finished Clone Wars and Rebels. That is so much television.
I'm sitting here doing the math now. I'm like, how many episodes a day did you watch? Did you sleep?
Like 10 seasons of television. That is crazy, dude. Congratulations. And I know it's making the Mandalorian experience that much better for you. When I was talking with you recently, I didn't realize how much of a love you did have for Star Wars. For some reason, I was under the impression that you didn't really care for it. And then getting to talk to you, I'm like, oh, damn, Star Wars actually means a lot to you. And I didn't realize that. Oh. So, dude, I'm so happy that you are having this rewarding experience right now. In some ways, I feel like we are Grogus to you. I know you call me Grogu the way I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Grogu, and you are our Mandalorian that protects us. And I appreciate that. I really feel like you take care of us in a lot of ways, and you look after both John and I. I actually mean that sincerely. This could easily just be a joke. No, it's true. Have you seen our live streams? You take care of us.
You take care of us better than most people
and
do.
if someone decides to like attack us or get mean on us, you like go to bat for us. You are a warrior. You are BOBA Fett in this episode. Just like
decimate.
Even if you disagree with us, but someone attacks us on it, you will just go to bat. And I love that about you. Unconditional support, no matter what. You're the best, man. And I hope you're able to have a Merry Christmas this year. 2020 has been rough, but you've helped make 2020 a much better year for us. Sincerely mean that. Thank you.